Richard Cash and Craig Ross. Rabbi?
Kraus, K-R-A-U-S. I stand here before you this evening, unshaven and exhausted, having arrived back in New Jersey not many hours ago from visiting my elder son, who is a Fulbright scholar in Berlin. For a week I lived the life of a 28-year-old and am now sleepless in West Orange. I had actually prepared my remarks prior to my trip. They were built upon my passion as a rabbi who was gay. Tonight I hope that my thoughts, significantly modified and focused as a result of my trip to a formerly divided city, will resonate longer and more powerfully. I obviously speak as a rabbi who was gay, but this evening I speak as an individual who will never look at walls quite the same way again. I can try imperfectly to describe interrupted lives and arid patches where life is stunted, and churches blown up by border guards who needed a clearer line of fire to shoot people who simply wanted to have a life like everybody else. For almost 30 years, a government allowed its baser instincts to prevail. The voices of control and of sameness, the bureaucrats and party apparatchiks, told their people what to think and how to live. And these were the good people, not the Jews or the gypsies or the homosexuals. They were already dead. The wall was built after the war. The wall didn't create the war. Theirs was a government of some people, by some people, and for some people. A government that had lost sight of its basic mission. Eventually, the failures multiplied beyond measure, and strong and resilient East Germans began to foment rebellion, and our president stood up and said, "Enough is enough," which is, frankly, what so many of us are doing here tonight. We are hoping that you will join us in finally tearing down a wall that keeps us in our ghetto. The crux of the issue is this. The Berlin Wall was called by its builders the anti-imperialist protection wall. The anti-imperialist protection wall. That's like calling the Garden State Parkway the "we know it's clogged, but this way you won't drive fast and get hurt" parkway. It's also like calling a marriage between two gay men or two lesbians a civil union. As a governmental body, you must above all else work to enhance life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which includes ours. I conclude with the thought that at times intractable conflicts are unavoidable, and that some people go home unhappy. But tonight I say to those who oppose calling marriage for gays and lesbians marriage, we can all go home happy. You to your spouses, and we to our I don't know how to write that. We can all go home to our children, who by every poll and measure agree with us. My partner and I are the go-to couple on our block. We take care of the elderly and we feed the sick.
Rabbi and women.
We accept everyone and everyone accepts us, period. It's time, I think, for the government to catch up. However, I do understand and accept the fact that some people just don't get this gay thing because they mistake their walls as protection and not as a ghetto wall. But the old foundation is crumbling, and your responsibility is to help it fall. So to all a good night. God bless you all, and thank you.